My name's Joshua and I'm a volunteer here at Brockwell Park Community Greenhouses. I'm sitting in one of my favourite places across the whole BPCG site, which is our shady fern border. Ferns are among the oldest forms of plants on the planet, with some species functionally unchanged over millions and millions of years. They thrive in shady and moist conditions, but in the spring of 2020, keeping even this sheltered bank damp and cool has provided an occasional challenge.
For food growers and horticulturalists of all stripes, the effects of climate change are already making themselves felt. Weather patterns grow increasingly unpredictable, especially at the changing of the seasons. In 2020, the UK has once again experienced some of the hottest and driest months since records began, and gardeners around the country have been feeling the effects of an incredibly warm and dry spring. These periods of drought have come at a really bad time. With the coronavirus pandemic still with us and a possible no-deal Brexit on the horizon, more and more communities are having to rely on food grown locally, and that food needs water. At BPCG, we've made huge strides in reducing our water usage, thanks in large part to the expertise of many of our volunteers, like on-site hose expert Daffyd here. Through a variety of new water capture methods and the construction of a comprehensive leaky hose watering system for all our major food growing areas, we've managed to reduce our water usage by 60%.
The water vessel here and the two big tanks behind me are part of a custom drainage and water capture system that we're building as part of our renovations for the lower greenhouse. We put a lot of thought into the system and it works really well for our needs, but not only are systems like this kind of impractical for most of our visitors and volunteers, they may also have inbuilt climate costs that aren't readily apparent.
It's unfortunately not always as simple as capture the water and send it back round. As soon as you introduce any complicated infrastructure, like say a pump, as we have in our design, the embodied carbon impact of the method goes up. We're using solar panels to power the pump and mitigate this. You're saving water, but you're also creating a resource drain on another part of the system. Luckily, there are a ton of horticultural methods for mitigating the effects of climate change. The main piece of advice we give to our community is to improve the soil structure on the land they have, both by working the soil and by the addition of well-rotted organic matter, which will increase its ability to absorb and retain water and vital nutrients. Even something as straightforward as mulching your growing areas can have a big impact on a micro scale. Through workshops, on-site instruction and our YouTube channel, we're doing our best to share this knowledge with our visitors and volunteers.
Behind me is a green roof, planted out with various species of wildlife-friendly plants and grasses. Its main function is to act like a sponge, soaking up rainfall and lessening the risk of flood. But it also improves air quality and provides a valuable urban habitat for various species of bees, butterflies and other insects.
As the effects of climate change grow more acute, drought is not the only issue the UK faces. More and more rain will fall as intense summer storms, rapidly draining away from where it is needed and, in London, putting severe pressure on an outdated Victorian sewer system. The more we pave and build over our local ground, the bigger the risk of flood and the less water actually getting into the soil. Green roofs like ours are a great way of making the ground we have more permeable. But the fact is, every gardener we meet could adopt every climate change mitigation strategy we can think of, and there's probably a few more up our sleeves, and it won't address the issue on a macro scale. Climate change requires direct intervention at a national and international level. Otherwise, the droughts and storms will get worse, and vital food production will grow increasingly challenging. In the meantime, if you'd like to learn more about how to adapt your growing space, private or shared, backyard or balcony, to the changing weather conditions, Brockwell Park Community Greenhouses are open to visitors and volunteers Thursday through Sunday every week. If you'd like to help us meet the novel challenges created by COVID-19, you can donate to keep BPCG running via our Just Giving page. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. The effects of climate change may already be with us, but it is never too late to take action.